It's your boy, the Ben Israel, the People's Champ. Welcome back. Welcome back, people, to the People's Podcast. And we're going to talk about a couple of predictions I got for 2024. So I'm gonna get those in kind of early. And then we're gonna riff a little bit on that. So stay tuned. Welcome to the People's Podcast.
I know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail nonetheless. It's frightening. Turns the legs to jelly. I ask you, to what end? Dread it? Run from it? Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Welcome back, people. Welcome back. As you come in the door, y'all know the routine. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Smash the bell. Go ahead and put your seatbelt on. Take your shoes off. All that good stuff. Get yourself a drink. Get yourself some of that top shelf. Shout out to Smoking Talk. And we're gonna kick a little bit. And, we're gonna talk about these 2024 predictions I got. Just a few of them. I got a lot more, but I'm not gonna overwhelm y'all. I just want to get a couple in, get it on the record, so then I can come back and say I told y'all, like I normally do. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this quick little session in. We're gonna get this quick session in, y'all. Yeah, content creators, please, as you come in the door, please identify yourself so we can spread the love over here and keep this independent black thought going. So let us know when you come in the door. Don't be trolling me, because we will shout you out. We want to shout you out and spread that love. We want to spread that love over here. Oh, man. Beautiful day here in the QC. We wrapping up this year, y'all. We are wrapping it up. Beautiful day outside. I'll be out there in a little bit. But right now, I got to get this in for y'all. Let's check the comments, see what we got going on right now before I get going. And as people come in, of course, Amanaz is in the house with her signature. Hey, y'all. She in the house. I hope it sounds good. My audio is good. I'm using my backup device because I want to use my main device for my notes. The way I used to do it. So we're gonna see if it's still Android usually kind of keep kicking, man. Well, we're gonna see. 2024 predictions, y'all. So the first one on my list, and this is no particular order, I just kind of jotted them down as I was going here. First 2024 prediction. Granny GILF porn will continue to explode. Granny porn, y'all. Granny porn is a thing. Has been a thing. And it's increasing. Some of y'all probably got a vision in your head, old gray hair ladies and your old lady from church. I'm not necessarily talking about those. Grannies are typically 40 and up right now, and they don't look like grannies did when we was younger, us Gen X people. So grannies look good now. They still got little bods. Got the little granny bod. Granny might not look very bad, So she's past the wall, but she still has a level of sexual attraction. Okay? So and Granny freaky. Granny always been freaky. Granny ain't wearing no drawers, y'all. And that's still true today. So you got a lot of single grannies now, 40 and up. A lot of them. Um, and I've been paying attention to this trend all year. I've seen, even when I check in on the dating apps, because I like to know what's going on. A lot of older women profiles. I'm going to do a stream just on that soon. I'll probably get to that next year. Y'all like that? I said that right. Not next week, but next year. But I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna show y'all some of these dating profiles because y'all think I just be talking ish. A lot of 55 to 65-year-old women um, be out here strong on some of these dating sites, and I'm not on a lot of them. I'm on a few of them. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna show y'all some screenshots when I do that video. That's not probably not gonna be a live because I want to be able to show y'all and talk to them about it. So I'll put that together for sometime early next year. I haven't done it yet, but I will do it. It's been on my in my what we call it, a vision board. It's been on my vision board for quite a while now. But I've just been watching this trend, man. I've been watching there's some grannies out here that got some OnlyFans pages too. Yeah. Yeah. See, y'all live in bubbles and y'all don't really understand what's really happening out here in the world. But this is about to become real popular. And that's gonna lead to another trend, another prediction I made earlier, where that same group of women are gonna come out and they're gonna be going heavily after them younger men. Because as I said, those younger men are horny. The younger women aren't Zoomers. The 25 and under crowd, they aren't really dating each other. So them grannies are sitting around horny too. And they gonna get that D. They gonna get that D. And it's gonna be popular. You're gonna start seeing it in Applebee's and little Chili's, and Granny gonna take little Jermaine out. Mm-hmm. Y'all gonna start seeing it. Watch, watch. So granny porn will continue to explode. It's going up like 300% in the last couple of years. Like versus pre-pandemic levels, it's up 300%. Yeah, so that's gonna continue to go, man. Yeah, watch for that. Let's see what we got. I got a comment. Amadad says, hit that like button, y'all, upon your arrival. Exactly. Exactly. And I got a couple of y'all chiming in. We are simulcasting live on YouTube, the People's Podcast. Search for BB in Israel on YouTube. If you don't know, now you know. We are simulcasting live on Facebook, Van Johnson. We are simulcasting live on Facebook, V Speaks. So if y'all over on Facebook, man, come on over here to YouTube, man. This is where the party at. This is where the party at. Yeah, step out your comfort zone a little bit. Come get some of this manosphere content over on YouTube. See what we talking about over here so y'all can stop acting like y'all don't know. You're talking my nerves. I ain't know that. You act like you ain't never heard certain things. And we've been saying it for years over here. So we're going to go on to the next point. Next point. Let's see what we got. AI will continue to increase exponentially. I talk a lot about this AI. And I'm going to throw automation in there. Or it kind of goes hand in hand. But AI is going to really, those self checkouts and things were put out there for a reason. They were sticking a toe in the doggone in the water, so to speak. They were testing the waters, and they've been doing that and planning this for years. So yeah, that's gonna be a big thing. That's gonna be a biggie. So pay attention to AI how you're going to start seeing more automation, more and even I'm not sure if you can do this yet. I would be surprised if you couldn't. I haven't tested this because I don't really use Alexa very much like I used to. But I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to start placing orders with Alexa, Siri, Google Talk, just using your voice. Um, you know, Uber Eats is already tracking your purchases, and like you go to Uber Eats, it'll tell you order again. So you already got your order. They already know everything, how you want your burger, how no onions, no pickles or whatever, what kind of drink you wanted. So all you're gonna do is be like, Alexa, reorder number 5 from McDonald's. I'm just making up a number. Just giving an example, okay? Alexa, order a number 1 from McDonald's. Or reorder from McDonald's, and it's gonna do it for you, and it's gonna update you audibly too. So if you're sitting in your house on your couch and you got Alexa hooked up, you're gonna see that. You're gonna see that. Um, but AI is gonna be big. Like I told y'all, retail is dying. It's dead, really. So the malls are already shutting down. They're going to continue to shut down. Walmart is going to become more like Amazon, where the Walmarts are going to get converted into mini distribution centers. So it's going to be all delivery. Pretty soon, you're no longer going to be able to go into a Walmart and walk around and shop. It's going to be all online. AI is going to already know what your last order was. Hell, the Walmart app already tells you, it'll suggest your most recent items and all of that. It's already been monitoring you. They got the data in place already. So most people order similar things over and over and over again. And then they give you time to add to your order. So if I order something, say, for Tuesday, damn near between now and Tuesday, I can still add items to my order. So even if I forget to add something, like I do an order and I forget, oh, I need to order paper plates. I forgot to order paper plates. I can go back and add those paper plates in addition to what AI already suggested for me. Yeah, yeah. So it's going to get better and better and better. It's going to get better. They know, hell, they're going to track your purchases. They're going to know 99% of the time you buy this thing when you do grocery shopping. So the one-offs that you may have bought last time aren't going to necessarily appear on your regular list. Amazon has already done something similar. They've been doing this for years, where you can have things automatically shipped out every 3 months, every 6 months, every month. You can set that up, your regular purchases. I know I used to do that when I had my kids in the house. Everybody had their deodorants on my list. Everybody had their lotions. I had 4 women in the house, so they all had different feminine hygiene needs. Their tampons and pads, they all use different ones, different sizes, different flow rates. It all shipped to my house automatically every so often, based on their cycle and how much I was ordering. I typically did every 3 months. Big box would come, paper towels, tissue, paper plates, deodorant, and you could do multiple orders. So all of that don't have to be one order. You can have some orders come 1 month. You could set up different intervals for different shipments. And Amazon will give you discounts, like you get an extra 15%, extra 10% on your regular items by doing it that way. So it made sense to me. More of that's going to happen. Fast food restaurants. Actually got a hey from a brother. I'm not sure what state he was in, but it was interesting. He asked a question. He said he was I'm a store manager with McDonald's, and he had worked for McDonald's for about 5 years, and he found my prediction very interesting, that McDonald's is going to start shutting down the lobbies and prediction I made with the automated McDonald's down in Texas, which he wasn't even aware of. So when I talked about that, he went looking for that on YouTube, and he saw the video and was blown away. Didn't know it was coming. So I told him more of that is coming. And he was like, I just can't see it. That may work in some places, but it doesn't work in more. But could you go a little bit more into detail why you're saying what you're saying? So, brother, I hope you're watching this video. As I told you, I would do it today. It just came in yesterday or day before, so I did communicate back with him. Um, so I worked for McDonald's for about 15 years. I was what they call a retention manager slash area supervisor. And that was McDonald's doesn't at this time they no longer have that position. But in the 90s and early 2000s, that was a that was a position that they had. Um, Typically because they had a bullpen of us assistant managers who were waiting for our own stores. There was just none available in the district or region. Typically, store managers would get in their positions and they would stay there for a whole career. So if they weren't building new stores in the area that you wanted to be in, you got stuck in an assistant position. So they created this position so they wouldn't lose us to other competitors like the Burger Kings or Chick-fil-A snatched a lot of McDonald managers up. So did Bojangles. So I'm speaking from 15 years experience. I started working with McDonald's when I was a very young kid. My aunt, rather my best friend's mother, which was like my aunt, she was a district manager when I was a kid, and she hired a lot of us, her son's friends. We all were from the neighborhood to work in various stores. And she worked for a private owner, and the corporation ended up taking over a lot of the private owner stores. So she had a lot of experience. Shout out to Theo. I ain't talked to her in years. I gotta call her. Shout out to Theo Boone up there in North New Jersey. One of my favorite people, man. She's a phenomenal manager. They don't make too many like her no more. But anyway, anyway. Hold on a minute. Let me check my comments before I try to remember to do that. Try to remember to do that every so often. Check my comments. All right, we got a little activity in here. We got Brandon in the house. Appreciate you coming through, sir. Good content last night in the chat. We appreciate you. Let's see. What did the brother say? Let's see what he said. He said, peace, V Ben. Don't forget to put the Israel on there, brother. V Ben Israel, or just call me Izzy or Israel. And Amanaz, he definitely shouting out Amanaz. Amanaz said, how are you? Hey y'all. I'm gonna get a sound bite of her saying that. But anyway, so going to McDonald's. Here's why I say what I say. One thing that I always looked at as a troubleshooter when the store wasn't making the money it should have been making, or was having issues. So anytime I went into those stores, and I typically had 5 to 10 I was responsible for. So for example, here in the Charlotte metro, I had a store, my store that was furthest east on Highway 74 was Wingate, North Carolina. Shout out to Wingate University. I had a store right there. At the same time, I had a store on Arrowwood in Charlotte, which was right on the corner of Arrowwood and South Boulevard, right? So that would be east to west. And then I had the furthest store I had, I guess, south would have been Carolina Place Mall on 51. And I also had the McDonald's on 51 right down the street. So I had stores all in between there, all up basically up 74, Monroe, um, Wingate, Monroe, Matthews, Stallings, and then there wasn't one in Indian Trail. The one in Matthews got moved to Indian Trail, And then I had Idlewild, which is not there anymore, right? Um, what would have been my next one from there? I guess it just depended. Sometimes I floated over there. I floated to different ones from there, just depending on what was going on. But my regular stores were pretty much up and down 74. And then you hit Carolina Place Mall, which was also on 51. Uh, the other McDonald's on 51, I guess that wouldn't be quite Pineville yet, because Pineville is once you go on to 485. But anybody that's familiar with that area, this may make sense. But this is a wide area. For example, if I left Wingate, right, and going to Idlewild, that's an hour drive. Especially, it wasn't that much traffic yet back then, but you hit a little bit of traffic, so it took me about an hour. So I had stores all over the place, man, all over the place. Let's see what the comments are saying. Let's see. Brandon says, woke up today, so I have to. Oh, I have no complaints. Hope you are doing good. He is responding to Almanac. Hey y'all, and how y'all doing? She don't talk that country, y'all. I'm just making it. That's my exaggeration. Anyway, let's see here. Almanaz responded. She says she'll be on later, so hope to see you there. Okay. So yeah, we were kind of kicking it last night after the live. I didn't realize it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Me and her was still up talking and talking about a couple different show topics. So we'll see what she puts together. Um, I plan on being involved on her channel later on, so we'll manifest something. We'll manifest it. We're gonna manifest it. So going back to McDonald's. So when I go into a store, one of the things I look at is your average ticket sales. Average ticket sales. McDonald's tracks everything. Now I could look at this for the store overall, and I could look at this on the manager for a manager for all of their shifts, and I could look at it on individual cashiers as well. Typically, I looked at it overall. I just wanted to know what the store was doing. Let's say a store is doing back then $6 is an average ticket sale. Okay, $6 per order is the average. So here's why it matters. So if I'm doing that today, and I know the average sale for a Uber order, say a Uber Eats type of order, most people order about $15 from, say, McDonald's. Why? Because you get free delivery when you order over $15. So that's what most people do. It's usually cheaper to do it that way than to say order $14 worth of stuff and then get hit with a $6 delivery fee. So that's why people always push their orders up to about $15. So now your average ticket sale from Uber is going to be $15 and some change. That's more than double what their ticket sales would be for the lobby. So you got people coming into the store. You ain't really got a lot of people coming to the lobby. And let's say you got 100 people came into your lobby during breakfast, right? You're averaging 100 people for a typical McDonald's, right? I'm not talking about a super busy McDonald's, just average McDonald's. You got 100 orders during, how you know that, V? You don't know everything. You ain't never been in McDonald's and you wonder where that number they give you for your order. You're number 104. You're number 96. That means they had 96 orders before you, or 95 before you. So you can get this information. It's not hard to get. Even if you don't work there, if you're just curious, next time you go in, pay attention. Those numbers reset they usually reset for breakfast and lunch and dinner, because they got to shut the system down and put it back up, and it'll reset itself. That's why they do that. So typical McDonald's, I'm guessing, because I haven't worked in a McDonald's in years, I'm guessing Let's say they're doing 100 orders and they're averaging $7 an order today, right? For the people who come into their lobby. Not talking about drive through. I'm talking about the people coming into the lobby, right? So, but now they're also looking at their Uber Eats orders, right? Which are bringing in $15. So let's say they get 50, they get half as much. They only got 50 Uber Eats orders for breakfast that same day. But those Uber Eats orders are more than double. They're more than double the amount of money. So you did half the customers and doubled the money. So that automation rather, that they've been testing down there in Dallas, like I said, they're gonna find ways to make that more efficient and more profitable, more efficient. Okay. So the app is automatically automated. So they don't have to pay anybody to ring up the order. That's automated now, right? AI is going to be controlling the machine. So all they gotta do is have the cooks in there. So they're making more money and it's costing them less labor. It's a no-brainer. They're gonna be able to double and maybe triple the amount of per ticket sale. That's what's gonna happen. So my man, I forget your name. I appreciate your question. I'm sure this makes sense to you. If you are a store manager and you've been working um at McDonald's for 5 years, this should make sense to you. Start paying attention to your average ticket sale. Yeah. And this cuts down on your T-Reds too, your reductions after total, because there are none. Okay. So if you got a live person, they make mistakes, customers change their orders, all of that kind of thing, that's virtually being eliminated. That's virtually being eliminated. So McDonald's had to find ways to be more profitable because their stores, no offense, are horribly managed. So the fact that you have to ask me this question tells me you got some more growing to do as a store manager. And you may have been made store manager before you were ready. Um, and this is just me giving you an honest assessment. I promoted a lot of people to store manager, and should have been part of your training when you were an assistant manager. Okay, you should have been ready to go with this. You also should be up to date on industry news. That automated McDonald's has been up and running for quite some time. You need to know what's happening before it starts to happen so you could plan accordingly and you could be the best store manager you could be. I'm curious to know what city you're in. So if you do see this video, let's chit chat a little bit or hit me up on Instagram, VBen Israel. Okay. I may be able to give you some pointers and this is what I did. This is what retention managers did. I was a troubleshooter. I trained store managers. I trained assistant managers, and I made y'all better. That's what I did. I did that for a long time. Um, let's see what we got here. Brandon says, right? All right, Brandon, you talking too much. Hold on a minute. I can't see all of this. Hold on a minute. Jesus. Hold on. Let me see if I can scroll. All right, hold on. Let me try to get it where I can read it. I'm legally blind, y'all. Okay. Yes, a lot of stores offer free delivery, Brandon says, through delivery apps. If you spend a certain amount, yeah. Um, me and Amanas talked about this on the chat. Walmart with the Walmart Plus and the $35. And think if you're ordering from Walmart, it ain't hard to get over $35. I mean, that's easy. That's easy. Hell, a 6 pack of my teas is like $7, right there. So, I mean, come on. especially if you're doing your groceries once a week, twice a month, whatever. I mean, it's easy to get over $35. So he's absolutely correct. Brandon also says AI will definitely make a huge splash in this society going forward. It's going to be more than just a huge splash, sir. It's going to completely wipe out black people, much like the cotton gin did at the turn of the century. It's a game changer. It's going to completely wipe out low cost or cheap labor, working class in a variety of industries that we dominate, entry level positions. I mean, there's so many. It's going to wipe it out, and people are going to get hit. It's going to hit them like a brick. The barbarian is at the gate now. Yeah. So I can't emphasize how much AI and automation is going to change things. Um, let's see. Uh, yeah, Amanad says it's $10 on DoorDash. Um, yeah, man, good comments, y'all. I'm glad y'all with me. I'm glad y'all following along. We don't talk about this kind of stuff enough in the black community because we're wasting so much fucking time talking about passport bros and divestors and arguing with fucking women. We should be talking about this and talking to the younger men, the boys that are 14 and up, 14 to 18 at high school age. We need to be speaking to them, um, and putting some bugs in their ears now. You know what I mean? This is a solution that we would talk about or might be risky. We would and other channels. What are the solutions? Kofa, he's talked about this. Um, Cultural clinician. I mean, a lot of guys have we touch bases on it, but then we get distracted or taken down rabbit holes on silly things that don't matter. Who gives a shit what women think we should be doing? That's not how men work. Now, you want to talk to your woman about these things, that's a different conversation. Have that conversation at home. As the good book tells us, if a woman will learn anything, let her do it at home from her husband. Y'all trying to teach women publicly, and it doesn't work that way. That's why God told you not to do it that way and do it this way. So if you got a woman, you should be talking to her one on one at home. It's a different learning environment. Stop arguing with them. That's not how societal problems get solved. That's not how societies get built. Women don't build. They haven't built nothing. And a lot of women are going to they get offended when I say that. And they haven't proven me wrong yet. Women haven't built shit. They've made inventions. They've made things better. They're more comfortable and easier, yes. But they haven't built anything from the ground up. They have never even built a damn house by themselves. There's not a team of women who built a fucking house in this country. I've done streams on this. And don't bring up the Habitat for Humanities because they always have a team of men out there supervising and assisting. I'm talking about a total house build from raw ground to the house is completely done. Has not happened. When you get a crew of 10 guys, they'll held right around the corner from me. They threw up 2 houses in less than 3 months. Hell, the damn houses are already for sale. They started building those houses in August. They're already for sale, and the damn people that moved in and put Christmas lights up. There was nothing but guys out there. It was like 10 of them. They got some more that they've already cleared the land for right across the street. I'm waiting for them to start building so I can start documenting that. I want y'all to see. A lot of y'all don't know what it takes to build a house, even just to clear the land and get it site ready. right? Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. Let's see. Wait a minute. In eyes. I got a busy chat today. Brendan says facts. Almanac says too many frauds online be talking BS. Ooh, she still got some fire in her chest from last night, y'all. She gonna bring it today. She gonna bring it today. I ain't even talked to her today, so little sneak peek. I see it. Y'all don't have the experience y'all have with women, and women be giving y'all clues, and y'all fucking miss it. You miss it. What Mendia say back in the day in the play, you gotta watch. You got to watch. Y'all don't be watching, man. I be paying attention to little slick shit. Little slick shit be coming out. Um, what else I'm gonna say? Wait a minute. My eyes gotta adjust. Hold on. I wish they make this type a little bit darker for me. And I'll be able to read it. It's not so much the size, it's thin font and it's a little light. I need it to be more black than gray. I'm gonna have to tell StreamYard to give me an option to adjust that, the contrast of the type or something. Help us handicap people out. But anyway, let's see. What should the standard be for the black community? As far as what? As far as what? Before I respond to that comment, give me a little bit more. As far as what? Um, Brandon says he answered. Some of the standards should be unity and cooperation. I agree with that, Brandon, but I always refer back to Dr. Claude Anderson's 5 floors of economics, right? And you can find this on YouTube if you're not familiar with Dr. Claude Anderson. Just search Dr. Claude Anderson, 5 floors of economics. But even though he was talking about economics, it goes into what we're talking about now as far as the overall community. His the ground floor of this building is the family. And you got to start there before. But what black people do, and we like to skip floors and wonder why things don't work. We want to jump into politics and we ain't got the ground floor set up. You understand? We want to, we want to do things ahead of schedule, and this is the problem. So the unity and cooperation has to start on a family level with the husband and wife. We got to start putting that back together before we can start implementing it further into the community. Because how a community is built, it starts with a husband and wife, and then you get a bunch of those in the neighborhood, and then the neighborhood gets built, and then the neighborhood turns into a city or a side of town and so forth and so on. But it starts with that neighborhood. Remember, somebody was talking. We was talking about this back in the day when we was growing up in the 80s and 90s, where you still had communities. You had neighborhood watch. You had block parties. You know, you had parks and recreation and things that the community as abroad or your neighborhood as abroad would participate in. Your neighbor threw a cookout. They invited other neighbors to your cookout. We were more connected. That's the way we used to operate. But you got a generation of people, 2 generations now, the millennials and Zoomers. They never seen that. Remember when anybody could whoop your ass in the neighborhood if you was cutting up? You was cutting up out across town and you got your ass whooped, and they sent you home and you got your ass whooped again because they don't talk to your mama through the grapevine. See, we had something faster than the cell phones. We had the grapevine. You never knew how that shit worked, but you got in trouble somewhere, and by the time you got home, your mama, your daddy already knew. You like, how the fuck? The grapevine. We ain't been able to recreate that technology. We always talk about technology. Well, I don't know how they did that. That's like, how did the pyramids get built type shit? How did that grapevine actually work? Well, I don't know, but I know that motherfucker worked. Okay. And I always couldn't wait till I became an adult so I could figure it out. But by the time I became an adult, there wasn't no more grapevine. Um, I guess to a certain extent, because my kids have been out and I've had people call me. I remember I sent my oldest son to the store with my debit card, and a girl used to work with me and Amanize at Convergence years ago at and she was working at Walgreens, and I forgot she was on my Facebook, and she called me through Facebook and was like, "Hey, somebody over here got your card. You missing your card?" I'm like, "Where are you?" She's like, "I'm at Walgreens." I was like, "No, that's my son." And then she looked at him. She hadn't seen my son since he was a little, like 4 or 5 years old. So she looked at him again and she was like, "Oh shit, that's Dream?" I said, "Yeah, Dream is a grown man now. And he got a daughter." She was like, "Wow, we getting old." That was the grapevine. And there was a lot of that going on. Trying to keep up with these comments, y'all. Amanize is when Brandon responded. Let me catch up, get my spot. Um, what did he say? Yeah, he said five facts. No, five floors. Yeah, he said floors. I read it wrong. He said five floors of economics. Dr. Claude Anderson. Amanize might be able to give you that link. Amanize, if you have that or have access to it, drop that link in the chat. Because that's and his books. Dr. Claude has written a lot of great books. Black Labor, White Wealth, Powernomics, The Ways of White Folks, those kind of books. Dr. Claude Anderson is, I guess, would be our premier black economist and has been for the last 30, 40 years. Um, he used to work in the Bill Clinton administration. Dr. Claude is the truth. Dr. Claude is the truth. I would love to sit down and talk to that man and pick his brain. Shit. Um, so yeah, but yeah, we got it. That unity and cooperation. We we gotta build that at home, and we got to put home back together. Right now, we've been functioning like individuals with, that's what that strong. I'm a strong and independent. I don't need no man. That's been going on for the last 50 years, and that's destroyed the black community. Right. That's why it's more economical for them to do that. And this is what Willie Lynch said. Read the Willie Lynch letter. Willie Lynch predicted all of this. He told you why he was going to do, why to destroy the black man male image was the first step in breaking the slave, right? And at the conclusion of the Willie Lynch letters, why he repeated over and over and over why these things were being done for good economics and good sleep. And he understood that the key to good economics is getting control of the woman because the woman passes culture to generation and she has control over the kids directly. So the boys will want to be girls and the girls will want to be boys. They would keep the boys physically strong and mentally weak, right? That's what we have now. That's what we have now. So look at it. How is that played out? How is his prediction that he made in 1772 played out? They building more apartments now than they are houses countrywide. I know here in Charlotte, we're being flooded with apartments. Why? Because instead of having a family living in a house, you have single moms and single men living apart from each other, paying more rent uh, separately than they would be collectively. So, I mean, just 15 years ago, it was not uncommon to have $1,000 mortgage here in Charlotte for a 4-bedroom house with a 2-car garage in a nice neighborhood on the cul-de-sac, which are HOA and insurance included, right? Was the normal. Now today, the average 1-bedroom apartment in Charlotte is $1,700. See, so they're doubling their money, and women are account for what 80% of consumer spending. So because they're not managed by their men typically hold women back. Hey, we gonna hold off on that. That's the leadership, the foresight that men provide. Women spend a lot of money on things they don't need to spend. And I always bring up hair care. A lot of money on hair care. And they're wasteful. And even the LGBT, my daughter had a girlfriend. They were living together, and I just couldn't. It was just fascinating to me. 2 women living together. The house was a mess. Wasteful spending. I'm like, what are y'all doing? And I fussed at my daughter. I said, imagine, you know better than this, baby. What the fuck? What are we doing here? They lived in they lived like a short Uber ride away from the Walmart, right? And her girlfriend would always take a Uber to the Walmart and back. That's $20 right there. And I'm saying to the girlfriend, why don't you just order this shit and have it delivered? And you could get it delivered for free. That'll save you $20. No, Papa, I like to go pick out. You sound stupid. You're 24 years old. Listen to what I'm saying. Trying to help you save some money and not waste money. And it was constantly going back and forth to Walmart. I said, if you use the app, you can build your list over the course of a week. And at the end of the week, schedule the delivery. So that way you don't forget nothing. They had me over there cooking and they ain't had no damn seasonings. All of the damn seasonings in the cabinet was empty. Yeah, I'm talking shit at my daughter listening. She probably like, Dad, you ain't shit. But yeah, I'm talking shit. You know how I do. I'm going in the cabinet today for some garlic powder. Ain't no garlic powder. It's like 5 empty containers of garlic powder. I threw all that shit out. I'm like, what are y'all saving this shit for? It's $1 at Walmart. Seasonings. Like, these ain't hard to replace. Come on now. But they just wasteful. Hanging the TV, that's some nigga shit. Hanging the TV up on the damn wall, but you had somebody, you had your homeboy do it. So the wires aren't buried inside of the wall like professionally. The wires are just dangling down. That shit looks so niggerish. You could have got yourself just a little TV stand and set it on the stand. That would have been a much nicer look. But now you don't paid somebody $100 to come over here wasting $100 when you could have spent $40 on a damn TV stand from Amazon and it would have looked better. Just goofy shit. Goofy shit. What are we talking about here? I mean, let me catch up. It's been a few comments. Okay, wait. Wait a minute. I don't want to repeat any comments. Amanaz says, what should it say? I think I read that one already. I did. No, I am caught up on the comments. Let me highlight it so I can at least see where I'm at. Okay. That's the last comment so I can see, pay attention. But anyway, welcome to the People's Podcast. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am the Ben Israel, the People's Champ. The Shogun of Charlotte, the Heisenberg of this ish. And I'm giving y'all some predictions. We off on we running down a rabbit hole right now, but we're talking about predictions for 2024, a few of them, right? Right now we got off. We were talking about the black community, responding to a comment. That's how it goes sometimes, y'all, over here on the People's Podcast. I got to talk about what the people want to hear, and the people want to talk about unity and community. So that's what we're talking about right this moment. But this is why, going back to the ocean and the AI, technology has always been an enemy of black people. It's never benefited us. It's always hurting us. Um, Again, going back to the cotton gin wiped out the black farmers, wiped them out, wiped them out. We weren't prepared. We were behind the times, and that's that. And you still hear black men with that ninja talk. Oh man, I don't believe in that technology, man. I'm old school, nigga. We the same age. What are you talking about? We be the same age, and they talking about I don't use that email, and I don't text, man. I don't got no social media. Shut your country ass up. Even though the nigga from New York saying this shit, there's country thinking, and we got to get that shit out of our minds. We got to start being ahead of the curve. We got to start being ahead of the curve, man. Um, because by the time, even when I managed companies, multi-level marketing companies, I did training for them and managing from them. Multi-level marketing never worked for black people because we was always behind. We always got in too late when all of the money was already made. Where other people were very successful out of it because they had community and unity. Boom! You ain't see that coming, Brandon. How I brought that back around. I told y'all I'm a genius. Dave Chappelle, I'm on my Dave Chappelle shit, writing shit backwards. But yeah, bringing it back around. We're behind technology because we don't cooperate with each other. We don't have that unity where other cultures do. So when they get into multi-level marketing, they got 1,000 people coming with them. And they go from company to company and they get all that money in the beginning. By the time black people start getting into it, it's the money's already gone. The money's already gone. Right? Try to tell y'all, man, but y'all don't listen. Don't listen to me. Listen to you.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
I've been saying this shit for years. 4 years. I know people don't watch my full content because I get on panels with them and I start dropping stuff on them and they act like they amazed. Nigga, I've been saying this shit for a decade. Don't just subscribe. Don't just like and subscribe. Watch. Pay attention. Let it play. You ain't even gotta watch the video itself. Just let the audio play. You might learn something, but that's the problem. Bringing it back around to what Amina said. Too much BS in the manosphere. Too many ninjas who don't have experience. They don't have time on job. They just get on the camera and start running their fucking mouths, right? And they won't listen to the Heisenberg of this ish talk. I ain't just saying shit randomly. And sometimes I'll say things that's over their head and I gotta dumb it down to hopefully they get wind of some of that. Because they don't have the experience yet. They got information, but they don't have knowledge and wisdom. Okay. What did God tell us? My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. For lack of knowledge. Wise men have multiple counselors and they seek wise counsel from other men. Okay. So they're not accustomed to that. So that's why they always talking to women because they want attention from women. We always talk about women do things for attention. Y'all ninjas do things for attention. You gotta always be up in some chick face up here on the manosphere, arguing with them and debating with them, and these chicks, you simping because these chicks wouldn't. You get no benefit from it. That's what a simp is: putting a woman on a pedestal and giving her undue attention for little or no benefit. That's y'all. It don't benefit you. Now, talking to your own woman or the woman that you're interested in or you're trying to build with one on one, you get a benefit of that out of that. But doing it online and publicly, and it's a waste of time. It's entertainment at best, mild entertainment. To me, it don't even entertain me. Women always ask this question on like dating profiles or when they DM you, what do you do for fun? Ladies, stop asking that question. It's a fucking erection killer. Men don't have fun with women, generally speaking. We don't like the same things. So I'll prove it. So the girl goes, what do you mean by that? You just hate women. You're a hater. Of course, they always want to shame, insult, guilt, need to be right. Sign language. So I said, what do you think is fun? Oh, I like to go out to eat. I like to do that. I said, how is that fun for me? I take you out to eat. You interrupted my meal now. And I got to pay for your black ass. How is that fun? I'd rather go out to a restaurant by myself. You ain't my home girl. Like, I ain't taking you out to eat because your conversation is so good. Most of the time it ain't. Honesty, but y'all want men to be honest. I'm being honest with you. Now, if we in a relationship and we go out every now and then, that's a different thing. But I'm talking about right off the bat, I'm just meeting you. It ain't fun for me taking you out to eat. And are you paying for me? Start paying for me, like Kevin said. You start paying the bill and see how fun it is for you. It ain't fun. It ain't fun. Hold on, I think I got comments. I think I got comments. Hold on. Oh, see, I can see when I start talking about women, I can see my count drops down. It drops down. They get mad. They get in their feelings. It is what it is. All right, hold on a minute. Let's see where we at. Let's see where we at. Hold on. See where we at. Brenda says, one thing I had to teach is that it is beneficial to not be the smartest person in the room. Exactly. Exactly. You gotta learn. Amanize put up some hands, some applause, some black hands. Applaud now. I don't remember what that was at that time, but shout out to Amanize. Make sure y'all subscribe to Amanize 78. Get that good content. We going live later today too. She comes back at Brandon and says, that part, Brandon. Amanize says, wow. Ah, it's real talk. In no way does a teenager have more knowledge, life experience than a grown man whose children have children. Well, let me give you some pushback on that comment, Brandon. There's a lot of grown men out here who don't have no knowledge and wisdom. That's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about teenagers. I'm talking about grown men in their 30s and 40s. They don't know what they think they know. They don't have time on job. They were underperformers. They were average or below average. Average at best applies to them. They were average at best. So they bullshit experience don't amount to nothing. You can have a lot of experience fucking up all your life. You can add a lot of experience being mediocre, being below average, not accomplishing nothing. That's why I ask these men a lot, what have you accomplished since high school? Hell, I mentioned the word accomplishments on a channel, and the men on the panel didn't know what I was talking about. What you mean by what's accomplishments? Which tells me they ain't got none. They just up here talking ish, like Amanize is saying. I told them, you rank yourselves, men rank themselves or ourselves based on accomplishments. And you got to show your resume. You can't just get up here talk ish. It sounds cute. That's like a bunch of dudes sitting around in the lunchroom table talking about, oh man, I'm a baller. I could ball. I could shoot better than you. My jumper nice. At some point, nigga, you got to get out here on this court and show them proof. And you better have some skills. When you get out on that quarter, you're gonna get clowned the next day. That nigga talked all that shit. We took him out there and got on the court with him. And he was whack. Come on. We don't know this. Ain't this what been happening amongst black men all our lives? Hold on. No, I know you don't, but don't take. That's another thing women need to stop doing. I'm speaking generally. Don't make it personal. If you know it ain't you, don't even talk. Don't even respond to it. Men hate that. Well, I'm different. I'm different. If you different, just be different. Don't tell us you different. Because all women say, not me, not me. I'm special. Not the women I know. All women do that. So don't even do it. Separate yourself from the pack. Don't even do that. Um, there are women now. I've had plenty of women who pay for me all the time. Because they enjoy my company. They want to pick my brain or uh go over scriptures or whatever. They see me as valuable. And that's a tip for you men. If women ain't paid, if you ain't never had a woman paid for your dinner or to go out with you, she don't respect you. She don't see you as valuable or anything to offer her or worth investing in. Am I lying, ladies? Am I lying? And I ain't talking about one time. I'm talking about you take this thing out regularly. You want to run something by this dude, you know, your coworker, he can help you get better at your job, or a dude that got some tax advice or financial strategy. Yeah, take that nigga out. Take him out. Invest in it. Men invest in it. Um, I used to take some of my trainees out. I would take them out every now and then, like once a month, to a restaurant for lunch. And I would always teach them they got to reward yourself. Every week, you got to reward yourself. Take yourself out to a nice dinner, nice lunch. Just you. Just do it for yourself. And I was taught that long time ago. I was working for Dick Dyer Toyota in Columbia. And one of my mentors was a man named Jeff Bowers. Shout out to Jeff, one of the best salesmen I've ever seen. Jeff didn't even talk to me for the first year because he didn't think I was a real salesman. And he didn't waste his time even talking to non-salesmen. So I had to earn his respect. And the first day Jeff took me out or started talking to me, he came up to me out of nowhere and said, "Hey, go grab a car. I need you to take me somewhere." So I went and grabbed the car. Got an Avalon because, them Avalons was nice. I grabbed the Avalon and I was his driver. We drove to Olive Garden. He wouldn't let me talk in the car. And then we got to Olive Garden. It was just me and him at the table. Ordered the salad and all of that. I started trying to strike up some conversation. He said, "Man, shut up." I said, "Well, Jeff, why you bring me?" He said, "I'm trying to teach you something." And then he started going into, you got to reward yourself. This is my favorite lunch. I do this once a week for having a good week. I reward myself. Make sure you do that. He ain't say shit else to me the whole time we was there. Jeff was the shit, man. Shout out to Jeff. Shout out to Goldie. Goldie used to walk around and say, "Sonny up, young blood. Young blood." Goldie was his real name too. Dark skinned nigga with little relaxer in his hair, good hair, make him look like he had good hair, had the gold tooth, gold chains, but Goldie was a hell of a salesman. Young blood. Sell the sizzle, young blood. Sell the sizzle, not the steak. He would just quote little Zig Ziglar quotes. I ain't know where it was coming from at the time, but I know now. Zig Ziglar, sell the sizzle, not the steak. Sell the aroma of the apple pie. Goldie used to run around saying that shit. Oh man, I miss Goldie and Jeff. Um, who else I got? Amina said what? Okay, I read that. She has no problem with paying. Brandon says at Amina as well. Let me see. Yeah, put a unicorn in the chat for Amina, everybody. Let me drop that unicorn in the chat, y'all. Keep it 100, Brandon says. Drop that unicorn. That's going to be Amina's new logo. That's going to be her damn logo. That shit is about to catch on. That's going to be a prediction for 2024. The unicorn logo is going to get popular. I'm calling it, y'all. Shout out to Amina. She need to buy stock in unicorns. What she say here? Amina says what? Thanks for policing. I think I read that right. I'm not sure. I think she was talking to Brandon. I understand that. Brandon said, "Nah, I agree with that." Um, she said, "I said you ain't lying, y'all." She need to put the y'all behind it. That's how I hear it in my mind. I know she ain't typing that way, but that's what I hear. Amina says what? What did she say here? Something about the Kung Fu era. Oh, I just treated myself to what? What's the Kung Fu? Oh, the Kung Fu tea is what she said. What's that? You be schooling me on shit. Amina know the little restaurants and sneaky shit, man. She be schooling me to all kind of restaurants. Yeah, they go the unicorns. Look, look, let it go, y'all. Oh shit. Oh shit. Shout out to the unicorns. Shout out to the unicorns. And it's crazy. Both of y'all is in the chat. There's a few people in here, but I can't see y'all. Stream y'all, the numbers be up, they be down, they be up. I don't know. But I know y'all in here because I see y'all leaving comments. It's crazy. It is crazy. Um, let's see. Brandon said Jeff is 100% correct. You must be talking about Amanaz's dad. Shout out to Jeff. But yeah, we went down that rabbit hole. I think I beat it to death. Moving on, going to the next point. We covered AI. We covered Granny GILF, the Granny porn, right? That's the GILFs. I'd love to. Y'all could fill in the blanks. This is a family show. All right. Kind of touched on this already. Retail and fast food will continue to die um, and transition into delivery only. I've covered this already. We talked about this. That was one of the points. Next point is colleges and universities continue to struggle and close. A lot of y'all aren't aware of that. Colleges and universities are struggling big time. Because the educations are worthless. The people graduate with worthless degrees. They can't come back and support the schools. They have small alumni programs. The alumni programs ain't like what they used to be in the 70s and 80s. They suck now. You better get y'all hats. Y'all get y'all Make America Great hats like I got, right? Trump is coming back. It's going to be the return of the doggone crazy one. It's coming back. I can't wait. We'll stock up on popcorn. We're gonna go back to watching news every day. Remember when Trump was in office? We was watching news every day, waiting for some crazy shit to jump off. Tell me I'm lying. Now, Biden been in office, probably ain't even watched no fucking news. Don't nobody give a shit. Ain't nobody waiting for Biden to come out. We was looking for Trump to be out in front of that helicopter talking shit every day. Wasn't we? He might have been crazy as cat shit, but he was entertaining. And black people did good under Trump. We ain't doing good under Biden. We didn't do good under Barack. We did good under Bush, and we did good under Trump. The last Democratic president that we did good under was Clinton. Yep, sell the sizzle, not the steak. Sell the aroma of the apple pie. Oh, you was talking about Jeff Bowers, my man. No, that was Goldie that said that. Sell the sizzle, not the steak. Sell the aroma of the apple pie. Right? That's Zig Ziglar. That's where that quote comes from. Zig Ziglar. And Goldie used to say, young blood, sell the sizzle, young blood. I be with a customer, man. He embarrassed the shit out of me. He'll walk by and whisper that shit to me. Sell the sizzle, young blood. Sell that sizzle. Goldie. Shout out to Goldie. I ain't never known Goldie real name. I mean, his last name. I know his first name was Goldie. I don't know why they named this dark skinned ass baby Goldie, but they did. His real name was Goldie. Young blood. Sell that sizzle, young blood. Sell the aroma to apple pie, young blood. Goldie and Jeff, they had clientele. They really believed in bird dogging. That's what I learned from Goldie. When he wasn't with a customer, he was at his desk. And he was always sending out cards, like thank you cards, kind of things to his customers constantly. He always put their birthdays on his calendar, the anniversary of their car. He would just send them little thank you cards and reminders constantly. So he didn't waste his time walking in the parking lot waiting for a customer to walk in. He would contact his existing customers. And then he always would have people coming in for appointments constantly. I never seen him go outside and pick up a customer. Every car he sold was always a referral. It takes time to build that up, bird dogging as they call it. But highly effective salesmen use that to their advantage no matter what they're selling. Cars, houses. I did it with cell phones. So I learned a lot from Goldie. Even though Goldie was a clown, man, Goldie was a funny dude, man. Great personality. Young blood, young blood, sell that sizzle, young blood. Shout out to Goldie and Jeff Bowers. The older guys, these guys, I was in my 20s, they was probably in their 30s, so they would have been like 10, 15 years older than me. So them guys, hell, I'm 47 now. They getting up there in age, man. They are getting up there in age. Young blood. All right, so yeah. We on college and universities. We talked about Trump coming back. Trump is coming back. The Democrats have nobody to go up against Trump. Biden can't win. He only won last time because of the election. And there was election interference. Make no mistake. They just can't prove it, but it was there. And the pandemic helped Biden tremendously. It was a lot of little things. Was there a lot of election interference? No. But it happens. It always happens on a small scale. But the big thing that helped Biden the most was the pandemic. Also, here's the other, because I've had this argument with a lot of baby boomers. It wasn't no interference. Yes, it was. Here, I'm gonna tell you how. Biden is the first president in the history of the Democrats to ever get the nomination without winning one of the first three caucuses. It's never happened before because there was so many progressive candidates, and the corporate Democratic machine didn't want a progressive. They didn't want Bernie. They were scared as shit of Bernie. They were scared of Elizabeth Warren. They were scared of the Yang Gang, Andrew Yang, and the likes. They knew Kamala couldn't win. She sucked. So Biden and Kamala didn't even come in the top 5 in those first 3 primaries. South Carolina has never been a factor in picking the Democratic candidate. It's never happened that way. But Obama called in. Here go the interference. Obama called in some favors, and he called his old homeboy down there, and down there in South Carolina, James Clyburn, Jim Catfish Nugget Cookout having Clyburn. Hey, I need you to throw one of them cookouts, rally them niggas up. And he rallied them up. And that pushed Biden, gave Biden the momentum to get the nomination. First time that's ever happened. Y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention. Better pay attention. Young Black. Sell that scissor, Young Black. So yeah, Trump is coming back. The Republicans have no answer for him either. The problem is these old fuckers are aging out, and they didn't have a bullpen. This is the problem with baby boomers. They wanted to keep, and black people have this problem too with baby boomers. They got power from the previous generation, wealth, power, and resources, and they don't want to give it up. They want to take it to their graves. So that's why you got these old fuckers in Congress falling asleep, and all they do is go to work and take naps and shit. If they even show up, don't know what the world is like. Have you ever talked to a baby boomer about current affairs and what's going to happen? They're fucking clueless. So they'd spend time trying to be in competition with the young men coming up and the young people coming up. And they don't want to give up power. You see this in black churches. These old ass deacons who've been deacons for 40, 50 years. They became deacons in their 30s. Now they 80 and they still deacons. Why haven't they passed on the leadership of the church to the young men coming up? This is why men have left the black church. They tired of them old ass men simping to the women. And that's how women got control of the black church, which broadly speaks to how it happened in the black community at large. Same, it's just a smaller version of it. All you gotta do is look at how a black church functions. Bunch of old ass deacons don't know what the hell is going on, don't know nothing. Clueless, still trying to run this shit like they're civil rights ninjas and shit. The fuck out of here. Get out of here with that. Fuck out of here. My Italian voice. The fuck out of here. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Shout out to Smoke and Talk. Maybe Almanaz, that's what RBN was saying. I say all the time. What you talking about? I don't say it. I'm quoting Smoke and Talk, RBN. They say it. And I'm doing it in that New York voice or that Philly voice, wherever they from. What we talking about? What we talking about? Yeah. I don't say it when I first come up on the stream, but I say it every now and then being funny and quoting Smoke and Talk. Shout out to Smoke and Talk. But anyway, what we talking about? Trump is coming back, y'all. Watch for the return. The only way it doesn't happen if they actually put his ass in jail. And they may do that. They so damn scared of this man. It's ridiculous. Because when Trump comes back and he gets in office, he gonna be ham. He gonna be ape shit crazy. Because he gonna be a lame duck president. So he ain't gonna be seeking re-election. He gonna wild out. Wild out. Wild out. Can't make this shit up. Watch. Biden he's probably behind the barn right now trying to fight somebody. We can go behind the barn. Nigga, you ain't never been behind a barn. Stop. So the last prediction I'm gonna make today is travel restrictions will grow. A lot of y'all aren't aware because you're not your fake passport bros. You may have a passport. That doesn't make you a passport bro. Simply having a passport. I remember, shout out to Steve the Dean Williams. If you ain't subscribed to Steve the Dean, make sure you do. Steve the Dean Williams talked about this like 2 years ago. 2 years ago. The man mindset, those brothers, they go on every Sunday and give men advice, and they hardcore. If you all ain't aware of who I'm talking about, follow the man mindset, follow Steve the Dean Williams. But if you sensitive, don't even go over there. So yeah, they talked about that about a year ago. I remember the show where they all had their passports, but we not passport bros, they said. And they gave the definition of passport bros. It's a different thing. So simply having your passport and going on vacation every now and then doesn't make you a passport bro, right? But what they're doing is they're trying to curb that, because the little bit of money that y'all go and spend on vacation ain't no money. Ain't no real money. Y'all ain't spending money like the passport bros. The guys is going for a month or 2 months at a time, or 6 months out of the year. Those guys, and they hopping islands every 2 months, before they settle down overseas. Y'all ain't doing what them guys do. They living overseas for a large part of the year, 4 years at a time. They only come back enough to renew their passports. That's the only reason they come back to the States. Hell, they come here for a vacation. They've been gone so long, right? So what the companies are doing, what the countries are doing, I'm not sure if it's Brazil or if it's Venezuela. I'm not sure. One of those South American countries, they're starting to put restrictions in place. So that way, to go into that country, you already have to buy the ticket in advance. You got to get pre-approved to go into the country. You got to have your ticket already purchased. They want to see records from your bank that you have money in your account. You got to have a certain amount of money. I think it's like $2,000 in your bank after you bought your ticket, just so you can come to the country. This is real, y'all. I didn't make this up. They did a whole. I saw this on the news, on some news channel. And I think Zoom to Thailand talked about this too. Follow Zoom to Thailand if you're interested in this kind of stuff. He is a real passport bro living over there in Thailand. And he talks about this. So they starting to put restrictions in place. They gonna slow y'all black asses down, because y'all women are fucking it up. Y'all going over there and you wilding out and talking that row, strong black independent shit. They don't want that shit over there. So they gonna put the brakes on y'all asses. Watch more of that happen in 2024 in various countries. Y'all only gonna be able to go to poor countries from now on. You ain't gonna be able to go to the exotic destinations like Thailand and Brazil and Venezuela. You ain't gonna be able to go there. You're gonna have to stick with Mexico and Haiti and maybe Jamaica, because they need the money, and maybe some country in Africa over there, because they need the money. But you ain't gonna be able to go to Turks and Caicos. You ain't gonna be able to go to Tahiti. You ain't gonna be able to go to the Maldives. You ain't gonna be going over to Italy no more. The black women have fucked it up. The black women that's traveling, they keep getting in trouble every time they go someplace. So those are my predictions, y'all. Those are my predictions for 2020-24. I got more, and I'll talk about them as I deem relevant. But just switch those around in your mouth for a little while. Let that sit on your tongue for a little bit. Get a little taste of that. And as always, man, on your way out the door, make sure y'all like and subscribe on your way out. Smash that bell, and remember to check us later on Amanaz's channel. I don't know if she decided on the topic yet, but we'll keep y'all up to date. And up to the minute when we get ready to do that, we'll start notifying y'all in advance. So make sure y'all support. Hit the Cash App on the way out. Send your boy send me $2. Send me $2 so I can get me a sweet tea today. Holla at your boy, y'all. Stay tuned. Peace. Shalom, Israel.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll that make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide, how to lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell the truth, even when I lie. So say good night to the bad guy.